Hey guys, welcome. So today you're gonna join me and we're gonna change some thermal paste and I'm gonna pour some coffee. So it's coffee and tech time. So what's happening is this is a new segment. Cool. So that I make coffee and I do like a random tech thing, and I just talk about what I'm thinking about this and then other things in tech and so, welcome to the first episode, episode 1. So what I have here is caribou. This is Daybreak. I love this stuff, and everybody that comes over my place, like, loses their mind when they have some of that. So, highly recommend it. Yeah, so what's going on today? So today we're changing the thermal paste on the laptop. I just, and then, so what happened is we changed out the stock thermal paste to the Thermal Grizzly -8. And the Thermal Grizzly -8 wasn't very good. And immediately after I changed it, our thermals got really bad, and then slowly over time, they started getting progressively better. So now they're basically exactly how they were before I changed it, which is not good because you change thermal paste to improve the thermals, not to keep the same ones, right? I mean, that just makes sense to me. But the real, so I was gonna wait and let the thermal paste do its thing, but basically I started playing Call of Duty on the lowest settings, ones that were stable before, and they were no longer stable. There was too much thermal throttling and the computer just died out. So I just put some Coffee Mate in here. I'm kind of a mix of like, this is the sugar-free hazelnut, pretty solid. I like, I'm not even gonna, this is gonna be quick, I'm not even gonna. I like black coffee, I like coffee that's like creamer. I like coffee in any way, dude. I like caffeine. I'm a big fan of caffeine. Let's try this. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. All right, guys, so let's start. So yeah, so the thermals were not good, and so it started crashing, and at that point, I decided I don't have any more time to wait for Thermal Grizzly to bed in, or not bed in, but just flatten out and provide the product that I wanted it to be. So I'm out. I'm gonna bail on Thermal Grizzly minus pad A, just because it wasn't performing the way I wanted it to. But I have some thoughts because I don't think it's a bad product per se. I think that the real big advantage with Thermal Grizzly was that it was super easy to install. If somebody has an issue with installing thermal paste and feel comfortable that once you squish down the heatsink, that the amount you applied was the right amount. If you have issue with that, then Thermal Grizzly is an amazing product. And then there's two other things I'm thinking that are a few other things. So one other thing is I primed the heatsink with some thermal paste, and any of you don't know what that means or what I mean by that. So I put some thermal paste on the heatsink, and I after I cleaned it, and I wiped it off, and that was supposed to kind of get some thermal paste like down into the pores of the copper. Now, since it was a thermal pad, maybe that didn't drive with the computer and how it wanted to like, or not the computer, the heat sink and the way it dissipates heat. So that could have been me. I could have just set it up to fail, and it's on me, not Thermal Grizzly. What's another possible explanation? Yeah, I just had a bad installation. You know, if you have a bad installation, even the best product is gonna fail you, right? So that could have been on me. But the thing is, I have a suspicion that thermal paste is just a better option. And I also have a suspicion that all the leftover thermal paste that was there from the stock install, that could be kind of blocking some maybe airflow or something. Maybe it could be interfering. So I brought my Dyson out here, and we're just gonna loosen up that stuff and suck it all up. So there's no leftover residue. It's a clean install, like a brand new install. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place, but I'm happy that this case is like relatively easy to open and service, and that's a big deal for me. Come on, let's go. Everybody's waiting. Okay, so Lenovo did a great job of keeping everything very simple and easy to work on. There's only 4 screws holding this whole heatsink on. And we could see how the thermal Grizzly, I'm not gonna get up and give you a close-up, I'll just describe it. So, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws that hold on this heatsink. I'll grab it. So outside of computer tech, I've really been looking into mountain biking, and specifically recently, I think I've decided that I want to buy an e-mountain bike. And I know they're super, super expensive, but that's gonna be my gift to myself for graduating. Oh, I forgot to unplug the fan. Graduating med school, so that's like my med school gift to myself. Oh, it's so wide. I figured, I know what happened. So what happened was Thermal Grizzly, it compressed so much that it just covered the whole entire CPU now. Like, it's more than the die. I'll show you guys what happened. This one you need to see. All right, guys, so you can see here, this is the Thermal Grizzly. And so first off, I can see that it's spread all the way to the edges of the chip. And then if you look really even closer, my phone is actually getting it. You can see that it cracked. It looked from the heat. So there wasn't an even contact patch with the heatsink. So now I'm like totally confused. Why did it do this? Why did it react like this? This is not how it's supposed to look at all. All right, guys. So basically, this Thermal Grizzly did not install well. So we're gonna clean this off, and then I'm just gonna, I know that I probably should, in all fairness, try it again, but I'm gonna just abandon it. So I have this Artic Silver 5 that I purchased a very long time ago, and I never finished the tube. So we're just gonna use that. And we're gonna see how this Thermal Grizzly comes off too, because I have no idea how to take it off properly. So it's kind of coming off in a giant glob. Sorry, I was concentrating so I don't mess up the chip with, because I'm using a screwdriver to poke it off. And so I don't want to mess up the chip. But yeah, so it came off in one big goop. Kind of messy, kind of not easy to take off. But it's off. So I have my Dyson. This is like kind of overkill, but whatever. This vacuum did the big chunk of thermal paste off. Okay, so now what are we gonna do? So I wanna clean off this chip a little bit. So I think that's what we're gonna need to do. It might not be easy because I can't get it wet, but maybe I can put a little bit of alcohol in this. So I put alcohol on one Q-tip, and then I transfer it to another. So let's see if I can just lift this off by spinning it against the chip. So I know this is like thermally pretty equal, the grease, and it doesn't mess up the chip, but I just want it off. It's just too messy for me. But hopefully I don't mess up my CPU. I'm trying to go after the details, you know? But it's kind of coming off. I think I'm going to stop halfway. I'll abandon this plan. It's not really going to work the way I wanted it to. Okay. So the stock thermal paste I put on there is like caked on so hard that we're just gonna give up on that. Okay, so let me clean off the CPU a little bit. The dab of the alcohol. And then we're just gonna clean it off with a few of these Q-tips. It's still pretty clean. Okay, so there's no residual Thermo Grizzly on here. Okay, so we're ready to install. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. So yeah, even that was a little stressful. I'm just gonna vacuum this area to get the crumbs up. Okay, vacuum. Heatsink is cleaned up and goes back on. I'm sorry, my phone died, so you went off camera for a sec. But there's only. Oh, I didn't put any thermal paste on there. I'm a fool. Okay, so this is gonna go directly. So just standard amount, nothing crazy. That goes right on there. And so I kind of, at this point, I know if I have too much or too little. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. So you might be wondering, why am I holding saran wrap? So this is my personal technique. I started doing this when I was a kid. And so this is the technique I developed when I was a kid. And it always served me right with the Arctic Silver. And so that was pretty close to the right amount, but I think just because I think these Ryzen mobile chipsets run super hot, I'm just gonna go and just make sure I have a pretty thick coat of this Artic on every possible crevice of the die of the CPU. And once I'm confident that's true, so I don't press it down. I don't trust it like that. I just make sure there's a thin layer, and it's usually good enough. But your technique might work better for you. To be honest, I'm not really willing to to switch up this technique. It's worked so well that I hope that you try it, and if it doesn't work for you, I'm sorry, but that's what I do. I'm so excited that Arctic Silver is on here because I'm confident that I'll be able to game right away. I'm just making sure this is super tight. And I'm confident the thermals will be excellent. Excellent. Arctic Silver, I don't know. So I would love to try the new Thermal Grizzly like compound. I think when I do get my next laptop, which will be soon, I'll immediately switch out the thermal paste on the whatever is the OEM stuff, with some new Thermal Grizzly, and I'll give Thermal Grizzly the brand another try. This Martis Pad 8, in conclusion, I think is more for a novice computer builder that wants something that's foolproof. But as you can see, at least what you're gonna get is something equivalent to like an OEM manufacturer's install of a CPU, which for any real PC builder knows that that is not good enough to cool like most gaming, any type of computer you're gaming on. It's not good enough. You know, you need better than OEM thermal compound, thermal paste, thermal pad. And so I would say I wouldn't game on any computer that has -8 on it, to be honest. It's probably going to be the limiting factor in your performance, and that's a dumb limiting factor to have, to be honest. And so I'm sure that they've made progress in thermal paste over the years, and this Arctic Silver 5 wasn't the pinnacle. But that's it. So that's the full install and clean up and everything. So I hope you guys are doing well. My coffee was great. Halfway done. Really cool. So thanks for just chilling with me for a few minutes. Hope your quarantines are going well, and I'm gonna be playing Call of Duty. We'll be streaming on Night Shift. Go check out the Night Shift video so you can see like the information on how to catch the stream. Yeah, you guys take care. Peace out.